Om Shanti. Good morning, all of you, and welcome to the second episode of Overcoming Decision Dilemmas. Yesterday, we discussed about pre-decision making analysis. During the decision making, we have to keep attention of a few things, and after taking decision, there is a series of events, emotions which we have to cross through, and that we will be discussing today. So, I hope you are able to connect with the reflective questions which we discussed yesterday, and most probably we will be revising it today also. When the thing comes, I want to decide, and sometimes because of fear of wrong decisions, we do not try to take a decision that time, just because of fear that I may take a wrong decision and I don't have a courage to take responsibility of my wrong decision. We keep a cocoon outside us and we try to remain inside that cocoon all the time. In simple terms, it is called I try to be safe from taking risk. And that is why I never take any hard decisions. And then I see a few people around me, they are becoming more competent. They bypass me, they grow. And then we feel like I'm senior, I'm better than them, but still, why I am not able to grow? Because sometimes we have to take calculated risk. If due to fear of making a mistake, I'm not deciding anything, this is a wrong way of living. Mistakes are there to learn something, but if I should not commit a mistake, yes, this is a good vision that I should not commit a mistake. But due to the fear of committing mistake, I will not do anything. This is wrong. Well, yesterday we talked about uh, analysis part before taking a decision. The second is during the decision, there are five components which are working with us. They are mind, my thought power, my intellect, my memory power, my consciousness, and my heart, my feelings. So, all these things collectively, we prepare our heartful decision. Once it is decided, automatically it will come in my life, it will be executed in my life. At the time of taking decision, one important thing is not to go in too much of analysis, setting our priorities. And then important thing is silence. While taking a decision, there is a chance of getting biased. Biased means influenced by someone else, influenced by my own ego, influenced by my jealous or my hatred. And then unconsciously, somewhere in my heart, I know that I am wrong, but unconsciously, I take a decision which is not right. And due to my ego, number of time I keep saying that this is correct, this is right. And if it is going so, then it will be a problem if it is repeated multiple times in my life. So in that situation, when you have to decide something, it is very important to go deep in silence and check those questions which we reflected yesterday. Even out of all 6 questions, if you are able to reflect 3 questions at the time of decision, most probably your decision is going to be correct. We are not going to reflect those questions now, but still we can revise those questions once again. In present tense, now we are not reflecting as an experiment in meditation in past tense, but in present tense. If I have to decide anything right now, these are 6 checkpoints which I have to check before I decide anything. Let's see these questions once again. Now, the first question is how much emotionally I am involved in this decision. Now, take it in present tense. How much emotionally I am involved in this for in my this decision means if I'm going to decide anything, is it coming from heart or I am just taking a logical decision? What will be the problem if I take a logical decision? It's good to be logical. But logical decision, after taking the decision, it will become difficult to follow it further because your heart is not involved. So, whenever you have to decide, you have to check your emotional investment in that. Decisions should be logical and emotional both. Next question, please. Whenever I am deciding, am I convinced to do this or am I bound to do this? मतलब हम सोच समझ के कर रहे हैं या हम मजबूर होकर कर रहे हैं? If due to some suppression, due to some force, I am bound to decide in such a way, then lifelong I will drag myself with that decision. It's better to refuse than to get bound, or it's better to counsel yourself and convince yourself rather than getting bound. So whenever you are deciding, it is good to check your internal conviction. Are you convinced or you are bound? Even if there are some situations I understand in life where we are bound to do that, there we have some obligations, and out of these obligations we do this. Even if there are these obligations, then also try to convince yourself instead of reluctant and doing it. Instead of having that reluctant feeling and doing it, it's good to create your own points to convince yourself. Next question. Think about profit and loss, pain and gain, growth and downfall before you decide. Think about 10 step ahead what will happen next before you decide. Think about the growth and downfall which will create it after your decision. So, like if you have started like a journey, if you have started your journey from one place, that means you will be able to you have to go to some place, and you have a plan that tomorrow I'll reach there, and tomorrow I'll go to visit this place. Day after tomorrow, I have a meeting with this person, and I think within one day I will complete my work, and in 3 days I will come back. So it is going to be a 3 or 4 days travel. So all these we do plan. In the same way, decision is a beginning of a journey. See your journey in which direction it is going on. So before you decide anything, see for the pros and cons of the decision. Next question. Well, sometimes we decide very correctly according to our intellect for now. But always remember, you have to be open to change your decision if required. Because decisions are not more than life or not more than dignity. So, s- every decision is going to be effective or relevant for a certain period of time. Before you decide, check. Now I am deciding on this. How long it is going to get relevant? And after how much time I have to change my decision? Because with the passage of time, we all are changing. We all are. We all are having a new personality every time. We are learning everything. So then that is why relevance of every decision changes, and we need that freedom to create a new to put new ideas in my decision. Next question. Next question. Now, after you decide means while you deciding, before you deciding all these things, but once you decided, or just when you are deciding, taking this decision, you are feeling happiness inside or fear. I'll come back to this point later. Okay, next. Okay, this is a question after decision. So this question is not relevant. Okay, thank you. When we take a decision, the time of decision, we need to check ourselves. Am I happy deciding this? Or am I feeling a fear inside deciding this? Our one of the senior Didis in Brahmakumaris, she made me learn this. She said, ever in your life, doing anything, if you if you are having a feeling of fear, oh, something will happen or something. And she said, even in a better word, I think, she said, if you feel that you have to hide this thing, you have to hide your this act or this decision, that means it is wrong. हिंदी में सुनो, उन्होंने कहा, कोई भी काम, कोई भी निर्णय लेते समय अगर तुम्हें अपने मन में आता है, मुझे इस बात को छिपाना पड़ेगा, तो that means somewhere somewhere there is a tinge of negativity. Somewhere this is wrong. If you have to hide anything, why to hide it? Then it is wrong to means if you are feeling to hide it, something is wrong inside your heart. Let it open. Mm. So come free from this fear that you have to hide it. At the time of decision making also, if your decision gives you a fear inside, आपको डर लगता है डिसाइड करने के बाद, पता नहीं ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, wait for a minute, because you cannot live your life with fear. Better to confront that fear before you decide things. Better to inform people, I'm deciding on this and I am feeling to work like this. So this is what I'm going to do. Better to inform people that you are deciding instead of carrying that fear inside. So these are a few things which we have to check during the time of decision. Well, after decision, okay, you analyze things from your perspective, from their perspective, keeping all the thing in mind, keeping benefits and loss. You decided on few, you analyzed and you got a conclusion. Then now you are taking a courage to decide things. Okay, here you thought about profit and loss, you are emotionally involved in your decision, you decided, you did it. Once you decided, there will not be 1 second even gap, time lag between your decision and working. Once you have decided, it will immediately come in execution. So you did that. The decision came in execution. Well, good. After that, what? After that, the ground reality come in appearance. You decided because at the time of decision, we really don't know what are the things will happen in coming time. We don't know about that. We have a hypothetical plan and we expect that everything will happen according to my plan. But sometimes it doesn't happen like that. And then sometimes the expected result is beyond is absolutely ruined, and there is all new result came after my decision. And that unexpected result, we call it as failure. Basically, it is not failure. It is not failure, but we call it as failure. We call it as wrong decision. Well, right and wrong is nothing in this world. Nothing. There is nothing called right and nothing is wrong. Everything is dependent on a background. Unless and until you are learning, unless and until you are developing, unless and until there is a growth, everything is right. Unless and until you are towards righteousness, everything is right. So, when at the time of decision, we expected one result out of my decision. Fortunately, unfortunately, that didn't work out in that way. Then, after decision, there are a few things which we should know and we should work upon. Number one, be ready for unexpected consequences. Be ready. Unexpected is very expected. Hold yourself before you break down because unexpected is very expected. So there can be any chance that your decision go wrong and there can be some wrong mishap there, and that should not break your personality. This is one decision gone wrong. I have to go ahead in my life. The number two, point number two to remember. Number one, be ready for unexpected consequences. Number two, decisions can be rectified. Take a chance to redecide, to apologize, to mend the broken thing, to work again, and to fulfill the loss. Work for rectification. Even if the decision gone wrong, work for the to regain the loss created by your decision. Do not leave the scars in that loss all the time. Apologize for that so that the bad energy of wrong decision can be stopped there only. Otherwise that bad energy will keep carrying all the time. Third, when I decide something, after that I have to be open for different changes in my life. When I decide something, I actually look in one direction. I expect result in one direction only. There may be according to my plan, there may not be according to my plan. But when one thing changes, many things together changes. When uh, one thing will change, like you have your cupboard. This example I used to give all the time. You have your cupboard, your shelf, maybe your makeup drawer, and you brought a new cream, a new lotion, a new tube or a new bottle there. And now you want to put this new bottle inside your makeup cupboard. What you have to do? Actually, you will shift old bottles little bit here and there. And then you will try to fit in this new bottle. In the same way, a new decision usually make a shift in old lifestyle, little bit, all the sides. That means every new decision going to make new changes in most of the aspects of your life. Try to accept these changes. Be ready to accept these changes. It is not just for you, for everyone related with you. Every decision going to bring some changes. I'm not saying result. I'm not saying success or loss. Changes. Small, even a small decision will always also bring one change. Like, I want to have a cup of tea. This is not a proper time of having tea for me. But today, for this moment, for today, I want to have a cup of tea. It's a very small decision, but it is going to take my 15 minutes, right? It's a very a small decision, but there are some changes. If I'm going somewhere, I'll be 15 minutes late. If I used to sleep after an hour, but if I will take a cup of tea, I won't be able to sleep. All these things will come together. So always remember, every decision will lead to a change, some changes. Accept it. Then, fourth aspect, learnings. Remember, right and wrong decision, accurate decision, bad decision, um, mm, good decision. Everything depends on the gain. If I am gaining something out of any decision, it's a good decision. It's a right decision. It's an accurate decision. Gain. So now what I can do, I can turn the whole process. I can change the policy of gain. Instead of getting that expected result only, I can change the theorem of gain. I can make different type of gains out of every decision. I can gain knowledge. I can gain experience. I can gain maybe strength, caliber. I can gain learnings. All these things are there. So, if you have gain, unless and until you have a gain, you have a development from any decision, it cannot be a bad decision. Look, I wanted to prepare a cup of tea, but I wasn't able to do that. The tea was spoiled. I wasn't able to prepare a cup of proper tea. At least I came to know my method was wrong. At least I came to know this is a wrong method to prepare tea. Unless and until I am learning, I am not in loss. Never. And if I am not in loss, that means it is not a bad decision. And if it is not a bad decision, that means no frustration. Remember, a series of bad decisions, a series of wrong decisions create a type of frustration in life. These frustration leads to more analytical point of view next time. These more analytical way lead you to overthinking, and you get trapped in overthinking. And overthinking is a type of, life threatening trap. You will go nowhere out of that trap. So every time, instead of going in that direction, oh, I wasn't able to do this, oh, this was not according to my plan, oh, it It didn't work out. Fine, it didn't work out the way you wanted. But how did it work? कुछ तो हुआ होगा इससे, कुछ तो मिला होगा. क्या मिला था वो सीखें. If you are focused on learning, if you are getting something out of it, decisions are not merely wrong decisions. Yes, they are not successful decisions. These are they this decision is not very growthful decision, but it is not a wrong decision. You learned something out of it. If you are learning, if you are always in the gain part, then you will never go in frustration. You are cutting the dimension of frustration from your personality. You are becoming the winner of the game of life. So after taking decision, it's very important, learn out of your decision. Just don't leave your decision like that. Take a courage. See, revise your decision. Good or bad, whatever happened, learn out of it. So this learning is important. And the last and most important is that I take responsibility of my decision. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to decide, to actually take responsibility. It was me who decided. It is very easy to blame someone. Because of them, I decided this way. Because they suggested, I decided this way. I am not that innocent that I will decide according to their suggestion. If I was that innocent, I could have done everything according to them, which I haven't done earlier ever. So instead of blaming others, let's actually realize that it's me who decide, taking the responsibility. Once you take responsibility of your decision, maybe good or bad, whatever it could be, you develop a powerful personality. You develop a personality who is secure and who can give security to their relations. Dare to speak up when you are wrong. Take that, accept that you are wrong. It was my mistake. These three words, you know, these three words take a lot of courage to come out of our mouth. It's my mistake. I accept it's my mistake. These three words, it's going to break your ego. These three words, it's going to introduce you to real you. These three words will bring you to reality. These three words going to give you courage to be what you are, to be true in front of everybody. And truth is going to give that strength inside. Courage to take responsibility. Maybe it is good or bad. May your decision is right and wrong. Taking responsibility. There is one more thing which take a good courage, and we all do this. It's not that courageous thing, but we do. When your decision is going to be a success, when you are successful, we give credit to others. That okay, my mother supported me so much, my wife supported me, and that is why I share my success with them. That's your generosity. That's your generosity. But when there is a insuccess, when there is a mistake, taking responsibility, ownership of my decision, it's a courage. And this courage will associate you to your true self. It's good to accept. And then you find you are okay to decide next time. You will not have that fear, that dilemma that I should decide or not. You should not have that disfaith in you. You'll have that faith in you. Now, this time, I won't make a mistake because last time you accepted your mistake. If last time you haven't accepted your mistake, this time what will happen, you know? This time, because last time you just hidden your mistake, you hide your mistake, you worked a lot to hide your mistake and create a elusive picture in front of everybody that you are right. So this time you have to work double for hiding your mistake which you did last time, because now that what that mistake and this time the fear whether I will make another mistake, altogether it is double. So you have to work double twice to fight this negativity. Acceptance. So these are five things after deciding. Number one, unexpected is very expected. Everything will not come according to your plan. Remember. Number two, there will be number of changes. Accept changes. Allow these changes to happen in your life. Every decision going to bring some changes. Number three, there will be adjustment. That when something is placed in your cupboard, everything has to shift a little bit. Okay, this is changes only. Accepting your mistake means taking responsibility of your decision. All these things are learnings or out of my decision. A- Any decision will be called wrong decision or bad decision if there is no gain out of that. If there is any gain, it will not called bad decision. So make your decisions right by learning. And if you are learning, you will not get frustrated, you will not fall under overthinking, and your life is saved. So these are some things which I have to keep in mind before I means after my decision. Before decision, I have to analyze from all the perspective. During decisions, I have some questions, whether there are some emotional involvements, whether I am convinced or bound to do this, whether I am feeling happiness or fear during the time of decision, whether I think how long this decision is going to be relevant. And the last, after you decide, it's done. You cannot go back and change it. Now take your responsibility. Be ready for unexpected. Be settled with changes. Have some learning out of it. And take the responsibility of your decision. So, this is all about decision making. Apart from that, one thing I need to tell you, spirituality is a key for good decisions. Spirituality help you to meditate. When you meditate, you go more towards peace. A peaceful mind is prone to make quick and right decisions. Right decision is not just enough, because right decision on right time is important. And if you want to lead the game of life, if you want to be a winner of game of life, actually you have to decide before others could decide. Then only you will be winner. Spirituality, peace help me to do this, because peace is something which cut off waste things from life, from lifestyle. In my lifestyle, few things remain very irrelevant, few things remain purposeful, and some things not purposeful, so irrelevant, not giving my eyes on that. Number of time I cut off wasteful things, the more sharpness will come in my life. Do you know, one piece of stone, one rock, a raw rock, every idol is is created with rocks, and how one single rock, the vague, shapeless rock, removing that extra, removing that extra piece of rock, slowly, slowly, slowly gives sharpness to the rock. It becomes a shape of an idol, and that according to the sharpness, it becomes an artifact and its cost increases. In the same way, work on one thing. This is the basic of spirituality. Cutting off waste. मनसा वाचा कर्मणा तीनों लेवल पे. At cutting off waste at the level of thoughts, at the level of words, at the level of work. Act. No waste thoughts, no waste words, no waste actions. Talk how much you need to talk. Even talk less than your requirement. You will be listened more. Think how what is important to think. Otherwise, give your mind a daily task to remember some goodness and work quickly, effectively. Do not make your body tired in unnecessary acts. Save your energy. Put your energy in some fruitful work. This is basic spirituality. This will lead you to silence, mental silence, physical silence, and a happy, peaceful relations. You know, if you think less, it will be mental silence. If you speak less, it will be good relations. And if you have a no wasteful act, you'll have a good fitness in you, a good life. So practice silence, practice spirituality, which makes you stable in your mentality, and your stable mentality will go for a quick, right decision, will help you not to get trapped in dilemmas. So I'll make you to go for the normal meditation, the very normal meditation which we do outside in, then withdrawal from the environment, coming here, going inside the room of inner consciousness, and then invoking God's light in my inner consciousness. Feeling it, coming back, and again coming to this environment. This is all we are going to do in meditation. You are very much aware of the process. You do it many times, you have done, and you can do it very easily. So let's start now. Sit relaxed with your back straight. Take a place to sit. Now, breathe deeply 3-4 times. Keep your eyes focused on screen. Now, start feeling your legs. Feel yourself. Feel your legs. Relax your legs. Shift your concentration to your stomach. Feel your stomach. Loosen it. Just relax it. Feel your chest. Relax it. Feel your arms and shoulders. Loosen it. Relaxed. Feel your neck and mouth parts, and just try to relax it. Very relaxed. Feel your breathing. Breathe normally, in and out very slowly, without any extra force. Now, feel your eyes, half open eyes, concentrated on the point of light in front of you. Feel your forehead. Visualize you are a tiny point of light in the middle of forehead. You are beautiful light. You are a soul. I am a peaceful point of light in the middle of forehead. As I am here in forehead, I walk inside my head space. Visualize the star sinking inside this head space. Going in, I find a lot of space inside. As I go in, I see a door of energy. I am in front of an energy door. This is shining very bright. I go into this energy door. I reach to the room of inner consciousness. This is my internal subconscious personality. It's a small, tiny room. It is dark now. I am a tiny point of light in the room of inner consciousness. I am settled. I am inside. It's the room which carry all my memories. All my feelings are here. Just try to feel your personality. The feeling of courage and fear. The feeling of happiness and sorrow. Devoid of any incidents of your life. Your feelings are very safe here. This is your inner consciousness, which unknowingly, which works incognito, which never surface to your personality, but it is foundation of all your acts. I want to work internally on my inner personality. Visualize a small window in this room. I'm a tiny point of light. Go to the window and window opens. As the window opens, I can see infinite sky outside this window. I can see bright light and the whole sky outside the window, as if My internal being is connected with infinity. Visualize God, my incorporeal Father, shining outside the window, not very far, and in this infinite sky, God's light entering my inner consciousness through this window. It's my duty to keep this window open so that God's grace, God's light can help me to purify my internal self. Visualize as God's light is coming in the room of inner consciousness. The room has started becoming bright. The room is enlightened. It is no more a dark room. It's a very small room. The walls of this room are energy walls. All these are my feelings. There are some light color feelings and there are some dark feelings also. God's energy neutralizing my dark feelings, and my room of inner consciousness becoming bright, light. My fear, my internal bad feelings are taken away from by God. I generate confidence, love, and joy by receiving God's light in me. I am happy. I am powerful. I am peaceful. Now, walk back out of this energy room, walking back to the middle of forehead. I am a tiny point of light, the soul, shining bright in the middle of forehead. I have my internal window open to connect with God. I have courage to face challenges. I have my positivity to fight with my problems. I have my happiness to keep me growing. I am responsible for myself. Take deep breath 2-3 times. Check your feelings. Come back. This exercise of going in and coming out, it is almost like spiritual walking. Do this spiritual walking number of time whenever you find some time. Going in, connecting with God, releasing that bad energies, neutralizing with God's light, coming back to forehead. This walking will keep you healthy. This walking will keep you peaceful. So thank you so much and hope to see you next week 11:15. We close our session here now. Om Shanti.